Hey guys, this is Bumblebee 85 coming at you again with another video review. What better way to get back into the Transformer reviews than reviewing a Transformer that I share my name with, Bumblebee. Now this is from the studio series of Transformers from the movie that we've been getting here. There's a bunch of them hitting my Toys R Us's and now Walmart's. I first saw them at EB Games here in Canada, and that's where I originally first picked them up, and then found out that Toys R Us was having a sale on Transformers in Canada. $70 and under were 20 or 25% off or whatever. So then I returned my ones to EB Games and then picked them up there. But that was last week's sale, so unless you got a rain check or something, you can no longer get them for that price. Now, this is the studio series. Like I said, this is the retake on the Camaro mold that he was first introduced into the first Transformers movie 10 years ago. And he was a 1977 Camaro in that first movie. So these figures are highly detailed, a little more for the collectors out there. Big screen inspired scale, detail, and backdrop. I don't know why it says police chase here. I guess because Barricade was chasing him in the first movie. That's all I can think of. And then across here it says Bumblebee faces off with Decepticons to protect his human friends. It comes with a nice backdrop made of the cardboard insides of the box. Shows a couple other figures that I have or that are out. I have Stinger, and I have yet to buy the Crowbar and Ratchet versions yet. And this is officially licensed by GM. This is the box. We get a close-up of the face there on the side. Studio Series 1. Joint effort, I believe, from Hasbro and Takara to put these out. There's a larger image of Bumblebee there. We get a see-through top. Nothing good at the bottom that you need to worry about. But that is the box. And we're going to take him out, compare him to a few other Bumblebees, see how well he stacks up. And here we have Bumblebee out of the packaging. Now I'll get back to the packaging a little bit later on and show you the deal with that. The nice little display stand that comes with it. But first off, he does come with his instructions, which still with this gray and red highlighted area, sometimes very hard to follow. I wish they could just get, I know this is cheaper, I wish they could give us some like actual colored detailed photos of the transformation. It probably would help a lot more. He also comes with his little blaster. So you can take his right arm, you can pop it off at the elbow. It's just a little peg joint. This piece comes off. You can attach his blaster. Make sure it's facing the right way. Make sure the elbow joint is bending the right way. And then you can just peg on his blaster. Nothing transforms. And then there you have his arm cannon blaster thing. So it's a little different than other toys. It's actually the same as his previous toy from the Last Night movie wave, where you could only pop off his left arm. It was basically meant to go on his left arm. So they've made it to go on the proper arm, I believe. Unless I'm doing something wrong with that figure, and I hope I'm not. But these basically are the same mold. This Bumblebee Studio Series, the older Camaro version, is a scaled down version of the current Camaro mold from the Last Night wave. So there's been some improvements, and there has also been some less than forgiving parts on the figure. So we'll have to take a little quick comparison at those. But here is a body shot of those two. And here I'll throw in the original movie Camaro Bumblebee. Not looking so hot there. That was what the first version we got from the movie over 10 years ago. So there's definitely some big improvements over that mold for sure. Here's some other quick comparisons. This was the first Camaro Bumblebee mold that we got. And here is the classics version of Bumblebee also. And for one final comparison, here he is next to the movie masterpiece Bumblebee that. So that's just some comparisons. Now we'll take a closer look at Bumblebee himself. Now he's a little fragile. This back thing pops off. The hood windshield here simply just pops off the slightest touch. So that's a little concerning right off the hop to even get that back on. It's just so, it should be a pin in there, that's for sure. My buddy Dennis Moulton, aka GotBot, did a review on this guy so far, and he's had some of the same issues that I'm already having right out of the box. So this seems to be a widespread issue for some of these things. I'm going to quickly pop off his arm and put his, or cannon, and put his arm back on, just for the review. You can tell by the hinge joint there in the elbows too. It's definitely meant to just go on that side. They're different joints altogether. You can tell the older look of the Camaro on his chest there. Spinning him around, taking a look at the back. We do have the hood hanging off the back here, like most Bumblebee toys. One thing I always wish is the windshields could either fold in or roll in. I do believe the movie aesthetic didn't have the windows hanging off. They actually were in the door. So that's one thing I always wish they could have done. But we do have pretty nice molding, a lot of good detail. We even have some rivets on the front of the car here, on the bumper. There doesn't seem to be any kind of damage to make it look old. I know the Bumblebee, when he was in Camaro mode, or most characters when they were in bot mode, looked like they had a little bit more damage, but when they transformed into their vehicle they were damage free. So I don't see any like black marks or dings or anything on them. But we do have some rivet type things going in the hood here. See the nice detail there. He's got some nice silver paint on his toes to match his face and bumper there. We didn't get too much of the silver actually on the other version of him, except for in here. These parts were actually painted silver, as to where these are just gray. The arms were silver on the older one, and now they're gray on the newer one. The face is a nice silver with blue eyes and the Autobot logo on his forehead there. So definitely some similarities and definitely some improvements. But that's basically his robot mode. He does have great movement. His arms can go up and down, spin all the way around, elbow swivel, bend 90 degrees. His hands hinge in for transformation. He does have a waist swivel. Be careful, because again, you will pop off that windshield hood piece. His head is on a ball joint. Can look up pretty good, side to side. Can't look down at all. Ball peg hips. They got lots of movement. Upper thigh swivel. Hinged knee, 90 degrees. Some up and down with the ankle. No pivot or rotation. But the ankles are actually staying together better than the other mold also. So that's a plus. He can actually stand if you have him there. As to where this guy here had some trouble standing. He's really loose in the ankles. Like, he's definitely not made for the little kids to play around with. He's definitely a collector's item. So just be careful. But now I guess we're going to have to try and get into some transformation. I haven't transformed him yet myself. I'm sure I'm not going to be happy, and I may skip through some bits. And again, I will reference you to Dennis Moulton's review if you really care to figure out how it gets done, in case I do skip over some spots. I'll put a link to his review in the bottom of my review if that's okay with him. So I'm going to try and transform him using the directions, so bear with me, okay? First step, it says come back here with these little door wings, fold them up they'll click into place like that. Then it says to unfold the windshield and the roof of the car. See if it stays connected. That hangs off the back. Okay, so it's still holding together. Then you take the feet, they're on a little sliding joint. You take them out. See how they're on like a little bar here? You actually pull them right out. Let's do it from the back here. You actually take it and pull it out. Let's see if we can get that on camera. It pulls right out there, like that. Okay, straighten the feet down a little bit. Okay, we're there. Now step 5, we're going to pull out these window pieces, fold them all the way back. Then it says to rotate these hip pieces down to the front a little bit. Then rotate 90 degrees. And then we want to take these hinges here and fold them up. I think it's best to be rotating this piece here. These kind of get folded up and in like that. It shows a little clicking symbol. I think we want to click these into the back of his hips. I think that's the best place for them. Yeah, we click those in there like that. Okay. Take this other side. We're going to flip it. As so, we have to rotate this back bumper piece. Get these legs up and over his back legs, and then we're going to punch that piece into the back of his thighs, of his hip area there. So I like that. That fits nice and snug. Hope you guys could understand that. That was step 7. We're going to now flip the page over to step 8. It says now to rotate these hip skirts back and around to form the above the wheel well. And they just simply click in there like that. Okay, everything's holding together. The back legs are taking shape. Spin 180 degrees, so we're looking at the front again. Then it says take his shins and rotate those in. So those are in. Now it does say to click the legs together, as we've done right there. They are now clicked together. Alright. Now step 11 says to lift his hold. There's a little notch here. And there's the notch there on his abdomen there. You want to lift that up, straight up like that. That's what it shows. So far, just looking just like the instructions. Now, step 12. The arms are like this. We fold his wrists in like that. Then we want to rotate them at the elbows. Like that. So his hands are facing down now. So now it says to take the door panels and click those in. See if we hear a click at all. I'm hearing clicks, but I'm guessing none of them are the right clicks. The back legs came unpegged here. Let's re-click those all together. Okay, those are clicked back. Clicked back. Not really sure what these are clicking into, except the little notch here around the fender. That lines that all up actually pretty nicely. That stayed together. Yep, we got the back all lined up. Okay, and now again we are rotating the arms all the way so that the shoulders are now underneath the car. I hope this is turning out, guys. I'm sorry. He's a little more fidgetier than I thought, and a little rusty with the Transformer reviews, so bear with me. So I've rotated those shoulders underneath, so the hands are kind of facing us, or at least should be like that. Let's turn the page to step 16. Now the shoulders are on a hinge. We're going to hinge them down like that. Like that. Rotating them. And off pops his arm. Awesome. Another issue that Dennis Moulton had. It says to have them on a down angle. Not really sure how to do that without bending it at the elbow. And then that's how it pops off. And it's saying to keep the arms kind of up on an angle like that. These door or fender pieces are still supposed to stay out. You're actually supposed to pull the front of the car over top. Hopefully there's space to clear this piece. It's not really going down, and this has popped off. So that is horrible. This whole piece just pops right off. Doesn't. You gotta get that clicked in there, and you gotta force this. I had to wedge that piece in afterwards. It made 0 sense. These arms are not supposed to go down yet. That's where you're supposed to have those, and then push the arms in are like the last steps. Which is very odd. But it got in there. It's pegged together, from what I could tell. Yeah, I had to set this hood piece on, set it in and under, push down on the hood, and then that'll re-click the windshield to the hood piece and tighten it to the rest of the car. Very strange. And then the arms basically just get wedged in there after everything else is transformed. Like the fenders are put on, and then you just wedge these arms in. So this is supposed to be the last step there, just moving that piece from there to there. And there is the under the side of the car. Oh my god. There are going to be better reviews out there. He does look nice once he's in car mode. I'm not even going to show you the storage for this weapon. I'm supposed to just peg on the back. That's freaking pointless. He does roll. That's nice. I think he looks great in this mode, if you can get him into this mode. And his robot mode is actually pretty nice looking too. But let me get some of these other Bumblebees transformed, and we'll do a size comparison that way. See, as you can see, there's a pin that holds this roof or glass windshield on. When you fold it up and down, it stays attached. That is severely lacking from this mold. First movie mold, I had to put some tape on here just for transforming it. The little automorph technology tab thingy broke on the inside, so the front end likes to pop off. So just some tape on there to hold that together for you. And it's definitely a smaller size, but an overall better looking vehicle mode. This one has some damage on it, like I mentioned before, but the rims I think look way better than these other ones that we got. I don't even mind the dull look on it. They don't have to be chrome rims every time, but that's a nice look for the tires there. There's a little shot underneath. Still no license plate there at all, although we did get one on the older version for robot mode. front end. Not sure if I like that dark grill or the chrome grill. I can't remember what the movie actually had. I want to say it had the dark one, but I could be wrong. But it's got the stripes there. We don't have translucent windows on the old one. We do on the new one. And there he is back in robot mode after some fidgeting. And this piece of plastic, yellow plastic, I don't know what that popped off of. Hopefully it's not too important. Is he worth the money? The extra money you have to pay for the studio series? The look, the overall look, yes. The transformation might be a little fidgety. He definitely might not be worth it in some eyes, but for me to have an updated version of the original Camaro mold, I think I like it and it fits in my collection. Maybe. So with this studio series, some people may be seeing these characters for the first time or getting a hold of these characters for the first time. You definitely won't be able to find the older versions unless you go back and search eBay. But some of the collectors out there or newcomers to the Transformers universe might not even know about those toys. So them seeing these updated versions of the actual toys or characters might be something that piques their interest. Just be forewarned that this isn't for everybody, and some of the issues that it has might deter you from collecting the whole studio series line. And here is the last little feature that you get from the box. Is this scene here that I believe that he fought Barricade at the mining facility area there. Now it is just a piece of cardboard, and you take it out, it says Studio Series 01 across the side there, Transformers across the other side with an Autobot logo. The Transformers logo here on the bottom from the first movie, another Transformer logo, Transformer authentic logo there. But it basically is just a piece of cardboard with some tape at the bottom. Now, I think you can tuck that stuff in a little bit better. Maybe a few more pieces of tape. And then you're supposed to take Bumblebee and stand him on the backdrop like that. But that's the display feature that these figures are giving us. A little added feature. Instead of just tossing the cardboard, you have potential to use it. If you have the space on your shelf to use it. Which I don't see many people actually using it. I probably won't. I'll keep the backing here, but it'll probably just go in a bin. Stick around and we'll continue on with the studio series. This is Bumblebee 85 saying, enjoy the play.